Hey. Welcome to Play with Lucky Energy. This is Ian. And trust me, after this, you will never look at Feng Shui the same way again. If your energy is a little bit low or feel like a bit blue, that's right, you are at the right place. Today's topic is Feng Shui 2025 Mistakes Most Beginners Made. If you have set up feng shui for 2025 but haven't seen any results, mainly there are two reasons. Before talking about those two reasons, I am teaching something called PowerStack Master Code Feng Shui Training. So over there, I will show you step by step how you can stack up the powers layer by layer if you would like to master your life back. It's time to master code the secrets. Okay, so we will start with the first power stacking of today. That is the lucky tip of the day. So, what is the color of today? If you are with your lucky color, type lucky. Even if you are watching the replay, leave a comment down below. Tell me how lucky you are. So if you are in your lucky color today, what's the lucky color today? That is yellow, red, blue, black, and gray. So these are the lucky colors for today, Friday the 27th. And now the next section we will go into is the Feng Shui 2025 mistakes most beginners make. How many of you have actually set up Feng Shui setting for your house for the year of 2025? If you do, you can tell me 2025. Okay, just type 2025 and I will start to share my screen. Okay, I will start sharing screen with what are the few mistakes that most beginners make in Feng Shui 2025. All right, so this is the chart for the Flying Stars 2025. I have got a very long question. I mean, many people are asking me questions. Ian, now we are in period 9. So, when we are in period 9, the flying star number 2 is also timely. So, instead of worrying about the illness that the flying star 2 will bring, we can actually focus on the good aspect of flying star 2. Is that right, Ian? Okay, to answer this question, now we are only in the second year of period 9, and each period lasts for 20 years. So in these 20 years, the flying star 9 will definitely have the strongest power. And that's why we always want to activate flying star 9. After flying star 9, after period 9, we will go back to period 1. That is flying star 1. So after these 20 years, the next flying star will have the most significant power, that is flying star 1. So now in period 9, the first choice is always activate flying star 9. The second choice is always activate flying star 1. Why in the world you want to look at flying star 2 when that power will only come 40 years after? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, pretty ladies and gentlemen, that power will only come after 40 years. Do you want to achieve success in 40 years' time, or do you want to see something now? In 40 years' time, your parents might not even be here with you anymore. In 40 years' time, your children may already have their family and they will not travel with you anymore. And imagine, what about your life partner? Will you still living together healthily 40 years after? Or do you want to travel with her or him now? And on top of that, instead of waiting for 40 years, if you want to, on top of that, Flying Star 2 originally, the nature of Flying Star 2 is about illnesses. Although in 40 years' time, Flying Star 2 will give you the positive energy. However, the nature is still about a negative flying star. So, what I will do is my suggestion is do not activate Flying Star 2. Although at this stage in period 9, Flying Star 2 has kind of become more neutral instead of negative, but it is still not the time to activate it yet. Okay, there are two aspects. One is you want to activate Flying Star 2. And on the other hand, when I will ask my students or my clients to call the power of Flying Star 2 because there are more negative energy in there. So instead of that, we will want to borrow the energy of Flying Star 2 to drain out the other negative energies of the negative stars. So Flying Star 2 is neutral in that sense. It can drain out the bad energy of other flying stars, but this is still not the time to activate Flying Star 2. Okay, so following, and the question is also asking, this is still not the good time to activate Flying Star 3. Is that right? Well, and again, many beginners would think that Flying Star 2, 3, 5, and 7 are bad flying stars. And again, if you look at the nature of Flying Star 3, it's about conflict, it's about argument. In terms of time, it is definitely not the right time to activate Flying Star 3. But for someone who is very shy, for someone who is very passive, for someone who can never voice out their own needs, Flying Star 3 can actually give them the voice to speak out for themselves. So although this is not timely, but if you are someone who need to speak out your opinions, you can actually use Flying Star 3. And of course, if you are already someone very talkative, very assertive, or even a bit aggressive, activating Flying Star 3 will only get you into more troubles. And then the next question, Flying Star 9, of course, this is not the time to activate Flying Star 9 absolutely 100%. And this is always deemed to be the most dangerous flying star because if you can channel a tiger, the tiger can help you to conquer the world. But if you can't ride on the tiger, you will only be hurt by the tiger. So that is what Flying Star 5 is about because it is so powerful. If you want to have a tiger as your pet, you gotta be aware that you might be hurt at any time. So most people cannot channel Flying Star 5. There are only some very specific small groups of people can use Flying Star 5. And of course, for beginners, I will suggest you don't touch it because you don't know how to use it. Okay, and now we will move on to Flying Star 7. This is another very funny thing that most beginners will think this is the right way to drain out the energy of Flying Star number 7 by using a running water feature. Why? Because flying star 7 by nature, by nature it is a negative star, and in terms of its five element, flying star 7 belongs to the matter element. And why some beginners would think that using water or even putting a running water feature can drain out flying star 7. I will show you a chart about the five elements. So basically, these are the five elements: water, fire, wood, matter, and earth. And in terms of its relationship, when we talk about the support or the create relationship of these five elements, so water will support wood because water will water the plants. So the wood can grow, the plants can grow. So water support woods. And wood will support fire because you need wood to start the fire. And fire will support earth because whatever you put into the fire will eventually go back to the earth. And so earth will support matter because if something, the mineral, something hide inside the earth long enough, it will become mineral, it will become an iron, copper, silver, or even gold. So earth will create or support or give birth to matter. And of course matter will support or create water. Okay, because when you take your tools to go and dig a hole deep enough, there is water coming out from the earth. So matter will give birth to water. So in terms why people, I mean some beginners, again, I only the beginners will think that um, using water can drain the energy of matter. Um, in terms of this graph, if you only know this theory alone, that is not wrong. Okay, because when you look at water will support wood, so water will actually have to give energy to wood. The more water gives to wood, the less water it is, so you drain out the energy of water. So they thought this concept can also apply in matter to water. The more you use the energy of matter to create water, then the more you are draining the energy of water. So beginners would think that this concept is correct. However, a true feng shui master will tell you this is 100% wrong. Why? I will show you a deeper concept in feng shui. This is another layer of feng shui. The more knowledge you have, how to stack up all these layers of powers, that is how you can start to make the power of feng shui work for you and boost up to the next level. Okay, so feng shui. Feng literally means wind in Chinese, and shui literally means water. And of course, another term you always heard about is the qi. Qi in Chinese literally means the air. And when there's air, there's oxygen that gives you the energy to work out, to do your exercise. So qi also equals to energy. So the questions come back. What is this study of feng shui, the wind and water? When the wind meets the water, it subsides, it stops there, just like a tornado or a hurricane. No matter how strong the wind is, the moment it meets the ocean, it subsides, it stops there. The energy will stay there. So, if you use a water feature, especially a running water feature, If you put at the good section with the good flying stars, you are actually keeping the air, the chi, the energy. And when the water feature is running, you are actually making the good energy to keep working for you. Okay? So now, if you put the water feature at a wrong place with the negative flying stars, for example, flying star 7, if you put it there, especially if it is running, it keeps not only keeps the negative energy in your house, on top of that, it is making the negative energy to work for you forcefully. So the water feature has to be used very cautiously. If you put it at the right place, you will get rich very quickly. If you put it at the wrong place with the wrong flying star, something miserable can happen very quickly as well. So this is something most beginners don't know at all about feng shui. So if you thought using the water feature can drain out the energy, the negative energy of Flying Star 7, you are fundamentally wrong. If any feng shui master taught you to use the water feature to drain out the negative energy of Flying Star 7, they should give up their license immediately. 100% wrong. So, this is my answer. Mistakes that most beginners make in feng shui. Okay, and now, how do you feel? Do you like it? If you feel you are very lucky to know this piece of knowledge, tell me you are lucky. Even if you are watching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know you are lucky. Just type I am super lucky. This is how we play with lucky energy, right? It's Friday. Don't be so serious. Okay, I will move on to the next one. So again, this is the Feng Shui flying chart for 2025. You can see that the negative flying stars, I have put them into black, like flying star 2, 3, 5, and 7. So these are basically the negative flying stars. And the positive flying stars we have are 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, and they are in orange colored. Okay, so this is very easy for you to differentiate which are the good sections and which are the negative sections. And then someone told me, Ian, I am Gua number 8. Okay, I am a person with Gua number 8. So you say that these few sections are the negative sections, but although East is a good section in 2025, but because I'm Gua number 8, East section is my bad section, is my sixth evil. And Southeast section is also my bad section, is life threatening. And even South section is mishaps. This is also my bad section. So basically, there are so many bad sections in my house. Should I put salt water at every single corner in my house to cure the bad energy, Ian? Again, knowing a bit is dangerous, isn't it? Why would you focus on the bad sections? Why don't you focus on the good sections? Ian, every section in my house are good sections. Anyway, if you try to put salt water in every section of your house to drain out the bad energy, basically you are not draining out anything. Or, on the other hand, if you are trying to activate every single good section in your house, You are not activating anything. Why? Well, the good feng shui masters will only select 2 to 3 sections to activate. Why so? I will share with you one story. Okay, I'll come back to this. So I was having a conversation with a friend. This friend told me that I would like to start a cafe, and I asked her, what's your target audience? I mean, target audience, target customer. She said, I want to target everyone, the old, the young, the working, the housewife, the students, male, female, whatever. I want to target everyone because the more I target, the more business I will get. So, what she was saying is, as though if you are a hunter, you have no target, you just try to target everything you can see. Instead of targeting the bird or the deer or the rabbit, you just shoot, simply shoot anything, anywhere you like. You might shoot the sky, you might shoot the leaves or the tree, or you might shoot the grass. So, what are you targeting? If you are targeting everyone, you are basically targeting nothing. So, it goes back to feng shui. If you are trying to activate every single corner of your house, you are activating nothing. Okay? So, again, in my in my PowerStack Master Good, excuse me, in my PowerStack Master Good Feng Shui training, I will show you what are the best sections you should target and why. On top of that, I will show you how you can stack up the power a layer by layer, which one should come first and which one comes second. Should you look at the Flying Star 2025 first, or should you look at your personal Gua first? Which one should come first? Everything I will explain it in logic. If you would like to master the secret code of PowerStack, I am offering a 3 days challenge. Over there, I will explain a lot more about this PowerStack master code. First 100 seats are free on a first come, first serve basis. Grab the seat before it runs out. Okay, and then now, lastly, we come back to the question. Have you set up any setup for Feng Shui 2025? We are going to enter July in the next few days. Half a year has gone. Have you seen any results in these 6 months? If you haven't, mainly there are 2 reasons. The first reason is because you only know about the flying star of 2025. You have no idea about the original flying star of your house. So the original flying star of the house looks like this. And every house has its own original flying star. It's just like everyone has their own horoscope. The house has its own horoscope as well. And that's what we call feng shui. So this is one of the specific house that will have this specific original flying star. If you are only activating the yearly flying star, the Feng Shui 2025, that's only one layer of power because you are not stacking up the original flying star, the original power of the house. That's why you are missing out a lot. And on top of that, the original power has a lot more stronger power than the yearly flying star power. So that is one main reason you are not seeing any results, although 6 months have passed. And the second reason is You have no idea about date selections. What is date selection, Ian? So, when we activate the flying star of the house, first we focus on the original power, the original flying star. That is one very strong layer of power. On top of that, we want to stack up the power of date selection, and that will give you four more layers of power of the power of the year, the power of the month, the power of the day, and the power of the time, the hour. So when you activate the original power of the house, you are adding up four more power stacking. That gives you five layers of power stackings at one time. And this is one of the main secrets in my PowerStack Master Code Feng Shui training. I will show you step by step how to do it, what the original flying star of your house is, how to find it. I will give you the chart, the template, make it very simple for you. There's no complicated theory. We can skip that. You only need to know how to use it, make the power of feng shui work for you, and see the result fast instead of waiting for 40 years. You probably don't have much hair left after 40 years. Not even your partner. May not even be your children. So, in PowerStack Master Code, other than the original flying star and the power stacking of date selection, I will show you a lot more layers. How to catch the golden dragon, how to stack up another layer of power, how you can do the five goals well. That is how you can stack up another layer of power. And then what comes next and next and next? There are more than 12 layers of power stacking you can use. Okay, so that is very logic and that sounds very easy and simple, isn't it? When you know the right feng shui master, when you know the feng shui master who knows real feng shui, they won't simply ask you to put a water feature to drain out the energy of Flying Star 7. If they really do, they should really give up their license right away. And over here, I can see that Lily and Fairy Life are super lucky. You must be in your lucky color like me. At least if you put up your lucky colors, that will give you 5% of lucky energy. But if you want more than that, come and join me in my Power Stack Master Code. And so now we will move on to the next section. Quiz time, lucky or not? Question 1. Can we use running water feature to drain the energy of Flying Star 7? Yes or no? Just type Y for yes and N for no. Can we use running water feature to drain the negative energy of Flying Star 7? Can you actually do that? Yes or no? Even if you are watching the replay, you are welcome to leave your answers down below. I will actually say it, I will read it myself. Okay, so is that a right one to put a water feature to drain the negative energy of Flying Star 7? Yes or no? So the answer is actually very straightforward. The answer is absolutely no. And that's the one of the big mistakes that most beginners make. They only know one layer of theory, but they don't know how to practically apply it. So we have got Lily saying no and Fairy Life saying no as well. The answer is absolutely no. Congratulations. And now, quiz time, lucky or not. Question number 2. When the water feature is used correctly, we can get rich very quickly. When the water feature is placed wrongly, something miserable will also happen very quickly. Yes or no? When the water feature is used correctly, we can get rich very quickly. When the water feature is placed wrongly, something miserable will also happen very quickly. Yes or no? Especially if I have saw people putting very big water fountain try to drain the negative energy. Oh, that is so wrong. So when the water feature is used correctly, we can get rich very quickly. Is that right? And when the water feature is placed wrongly, something miserable will also happen very quickly. Absolutely, the answer is yes. You get it right, Fairy Life and Lily. And if someone asks you to do that, really, they should surrender their license immediately. They are damaging so many people's life without knowing it. So knowing a bit is dangerous. Okay, quiz time. Question number 3. Joey hasn't seen any results after Feng Shui 2025 setup. It is because A. She forgot to pray. B. She hasn't learned PowerStack master code. Quiz time, lucky or not? Question number 3. Joey hasn't seen any results after Feng Shui 2025 setup. It is because A. She forgot to pray, or B. She hasn't learned PowerStack master code. A or B? Tell me your answer. Even if you are watching a replay, you can leave a comment. Okay, so if you haven't seen any, Joey hasn't seen any result. It is because A, she forgot to pray, or B, she hasn't learned PowerStack master code. The answer is very obvious. That is B. She hasn't mastered the secret code of the space. If going to pray will make everyone rich, no one has to work hard. Okay, thank you very much today for joining me with Play with Lucky Energy. Feng Shui 2025 mistakes most beginners make. If you are interested to know how to stack up the power of Feng Shui layer by layer, if you would like to once again be the master of your life, join me in my PowerStack Master Code Feng Shui training. I will talk more about it in my 3 days challenge. The first 100 seat is free. Grab it before it runs out. This is Ian Hall. I wish you all the best and success. I'll see you there.